Hello and welcome to Ask Ms. Myrz, where we answer your most burning questions and solve your most nagging problems. I won't always know the answer, but I'll know someone who will. Happy Chinese New Year and happy Valentine's weekend. Let's face it, no matter how strong, successful, or self fulfilled anyone is, it's holidays like these when many single people wish they weren't and can't help but feel lonely and alone. But this shouldn't be the case. There is an art to being happily single, and here to show us the way is a licensed, certified master neurolinguistic hypnotherapy life coach and the author of Masturdating, an intentional guidebook to celebrate life. Please welcome Miss Kimi Lu. Hi,
Hi,
Kimi.
hello. Nice to be here. I'm so honored and humbled and privileged to be, representing the happy single people this weekend.
Yay! Thank you so much. So, how's your Valentine's weekend?
Well, I'm half Chinese. I'm actually
And happy
celebrating
Chinese New Year also.
Happy Chinese New Year, and then like this weekend, I'm actually going to have some friends over, so I'm happy about that.
Great. It can be hard weekend to get through for many singles, especially the Valentine's part, right?
Yes, definitely. And also for like the social media, there's a lot of people, of course, posting like flowers from their loved ones and
Right, right, right.
chocolates and all that. I used to not like seeing those things.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yes, yeah, I'm like, I would take a screenshot and send it to my friends and say, "Oh, tinan mo, like there's another person getting like
Nako.
a bouquet of flowers." So I used to be really like one of those people, um, but I don't want to feel that way. So I just changed kind of like my mindset about it.
And we don't have to feel that way, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can actually, I mean, I have a lot of mentors and friends who say that, you know what, if nobody's giving you flowers, why don't you give yourself flowers? Like, why don't you
Right.
buy yourself flowers? Because
Right.
you can. Yeah. So, yes, we
Right.
actually can do that for ourselves.
And we're going to talk more about that later on. But first, let's backtrack a little bit and trace your history as a life coach. You said you
Sure.
became a life coach because 11 years ago you were crying out of nowhere at work and you were looking for a life coach but couldn't find anyone.
No, yeah, there was nobody. Well, I'm sure there were counselors or like career coaches, but there was no like life coach back
Right,
then.
right.
So I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is super sad. Like, I'm sure this is not unique. Like, another person could feel this way as well. But how's that? They won't be able to talk to anyone. So
Right.
I kind of like had this, crazy thought of maybe why don't I become one so that when they, search for someone, then they'll find me. So there was like a huge gap right there, and I saw it as an opportunity to be able to help people. So here I am after 11 years, and I am just super duper in love with my job and what I do. So yeah.
Right. When I approached you to guest on my show for this topic, you said, "Oh, I'd be happy to talk about my happily single blessedness." Can you tell us all about your
Yeah.
single blessedness with emphasis on the word blessed?
Blessed. Well, I mean, a lot of people have relationship challenges, and I think that's super normal. But I think it's like an added stress to life
Right.
sometimes. And like when you don't know how to communicate properly and all that, then there's a lot of miscommunication. So I feel that I'm blessed that I don't need, like, currently I don't need to deal with it just yet because I have other things to deal with, I guess, until the right one comes along. So that's my, those are my thoughts right now. Like, I mean, I know of some who are so sad that they are single, and
Right.
yeah, they're like miserable. I'm like, Why? Like, don't be miserable. Be happy that you're so blessed. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to ask permission from anyone. I mean, the list goes on.
Right. Well, I think society exerts undue pressure talaga on everyone because parang the norm is being in a relationship, right? When it
Yes.
shouldn't be the
Yes.
case. Parang everyone is programmed from birth to find another one and be part of a couple when there are people who are not part of a couple and they're perfectly happy.
Yes. I mean, Mirrors, like, I'm not against it at all. Like, guys, I'm available for sure. I'm just not miserable at it. Um, I try to really celebrate every day, and I try to really learn how to be full with myself, because I would always, advocate this. The best and the longest relationship that you're going to have is with yourself.
Right, right,
Really.
right, right.
So I need to be like 100% with this one, you know?
Right.
Uh,
And I,
yeah.
I love how you once also said that instead of teaching your clients to look for love, you teach them to radiate love from within. Like if you become
Yes.
lovable, you say you will attract love. You want to tell us more about that?
Yes. Yeah. Well, people would, these terms, law of attraction, manifesting, and people think, the ones who just hear them, they think that, okay, when you manifest or when you attract, they magically appear. But that's not the case. Actually, it's really starts from within. So, some people ask me, what do you do? What's your job? I actually tell them I teach people how to make anyone fall in love with them, dot, 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 by teaching them how to love themselves first. So when
Wow.
you love yourself, then you radiate that love, and then people are just so drawn to you. You magnetize them, perhaps.
Wow.
So, yes. So those are my thoughts, really. So like this year, I have a theme, a mantra for myself, which is manifesting God's best. And in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, maybe that could that be like a guy that I'm manifesting, like God's best. But while I keep talking about it, then I start realizing, oh no, manifesting God's best is actually me. Like, I need to be God's best so that I can be the best for this other person. So
Right.
yeah, radiating from
And what
within, from you.
and what if the right one never comes along? I think that's everyone's fear. What can
Right.
you say about that?
um I well, personally, I don't want to think of that. I I actually really like have so much faith in God that there is somebody, and it doesn't have to come now. It like I
Right.
know someone, she's like in her 50s and she's just about to get married. So
Wow.
no, I have no doubt whatsoever. If it is in your heart, it is your desire, I think it shall be given to you. I mean, it will be given to you. But some
Wow.
people, they just really like neglect it and they're happy na, ganyan. So they stay single. I think it's really also a choice. Just like happiness is a choice, having
Right.
somebody is a choice. It's not like nobody will like you. It's a matter of wanting to be in a relationship. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's jump right into it. You gave us the top 5 reasons to be thankful when you're relationship free. And
Yeah.
why should we be thankful actually if we're relationship free? Before we go into the reasons, maybe you can give
Right.
a general reason.
Well, generally, I would always say in all of my sessions with all of my clients, everyone I meet, I mean, also right now, Mirza, that we're talking, I would always say we are at the right place at the right time with the right people. So if I'm with someone, then that's the right person right now. If I'm not with someone, then that's the right, relationship status for me right now. So we kind of need to embrace that. I don't know what's that called, but just being in the right place at the right time with the right people, trusting that, and being grateful for where we are right now, because worry and uncertainty, they haven't happened yet. So why bother spending energy on that? So
Right.
want you to I want everyone to be grateful for their present moment. So if you are relationship free right now, be grateful for that.
Right. What does gratitude do for ourselves and our anxiety and our worry? What will change if you are more
Yes.
grateful about things in your life?
Yes, I love that question. I always say that gratitude interrupts anxiety. So when you're grateful, actually, parang nawawala yung anxiousness mo because you become in very present in the present moment. So, and also gratitude attracts, it's a magnet for miracles. So if you want more miracles in your life, if you want that special someone to come, then you have to be grateful. Yes.
Wow, you have to be grateful na wala pa siya.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. And also, I know some people, and I'm also trying to do this right now. I write down on my journal already that I'm grateful for this special being that is coming into my life, even if he's not there yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first reason you gave, reason to be thankful that your relationship free is, I am dating or I can date as much as I want.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I am like Suke of like all of the dating apps. I am
Are
not
you? Wow.
not ashamed that I am on there because my past two boyfriends, ex boyfriends, are from dating apps as well.
Wow.
So I believe that you can have a relationship through apps. It's just like going to a bar and meeting a stranger, right? It's just that it's in an app. And especially now, I mean, there's COVID, we can't actually
Right.
go out and like
Right. Right.
travel. So I think that's the best way for now. But I really, really love meeting people, learning about their lives. And I usually also date like foreign men. So I learn also about their culture and their dating culture as well. So they're all different. I love people
Oh,
basically. So
okay.
like I love dating. I love meeting people. I guess I'm an extrovert that way. So
Right.
yes, yes to dating.
Yes to dating. So you're not just gonna sit there and wait for the right one to come along. You kind of have to be active, proactive
I'm
about it, right?
very proactive. Yes, because what if like I'm just watching series and then in the series, oh, ano, parang I'm so sad. They have love lives. I don't. Yeah, but you're just at home watching series. You're not even swiping left or right. So obviously, there's no chance whatsoever.
Right.
You
I
know,
mean, you don't have to get dressed or put on makeup. You just use your finger.
yes, it's so easy na nga. So why not? I mean, I still have friends. I mean, because I'm 35 years old, so I have friends who are still not into it. And I keep telling them like just try it, there's no harm in it. There's a
Right.
more chance of winning, kumbaga.
Or chance of winning. I love it. Why do you think people are still hesitant or worried or afraid? And what can you say to dispel this fear?
I guess it's just like I would say they're just more traditional, more old school that way. um I think culture as well
Right,
dictates that,
right.
especially in the Philippines. But in other countries, especially the US or Canada, then they're super open to it. So it's a cultural mindset, I believe.
Right.
Mhm.
Any advice for those who are just about to go on dating apps because they're inspired by you? Some wise words about how to, navigate the dating world?
Well, for me, the first thing that came into my mind when you asked that question was just have fun. You
Right.
don't need to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet my husband. Husband agad?
Pressure.
Parang hindi ba pwede maging friends or chat meets lang man muna, right? I mean, just to try and, for me, it's like an exercise. Like you're practicing, so
Right.
it's just practice. You're just trying to meet somebody, making conversation, right? So
Right.
have fun, and of course, be very, very, like vigilant or cautious with
Right.
the,
Right.
but really have fun with it.
Right. Are there dating apps you can recommend that you prefer?
Right now, I just downloaded it. Actually, like the other, I removed everything last year.
Okay. Wow.
I was super busy with COVID, and then this year I was like, okay, maybe I'm ready again to do it. So I am on Bumble, and
Okay.
yes, and then there's a, because I'm Catholic, so my friend recommended Catholic Match. So
Okay.
they're all Catholic there. I think, which is great because you filter already people who don't believe
Right.
in a
Right.
Halloween. And then yesterday, I discovered East meets East, and apparently in that app, the guys pay to get in.
Okay. What does that
Yeah,
imply? If they pay to get in, then what?
that means they are maybe more serious and finding.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
Uh-huh.
investment.
Yes, investment. Also, that's three na. There's another one, the league, and there's a wait list, and like
Wow.
2 weeks. It took me, I don't know, like 3 weeks or a month to get inside because they kind of like filter everybody who gets in. But I'm not sure. I haven't been successful in that one. So I really enjoy like swiping left and right, giving winks, giving hearts and stuff. Yeah, so I'm just having fun, and I don't need to be cautious. I don't have a boyfriend, so I can be on all of these apps.
Right. And the ones that you don't end up with, do they become your friends? Have you
So you
found
know what?
lots of friends?
Yeah, so some become friends, and some even become my clients.
Oh, cool.
So I have like return on investment of my time swiping left
Right.
and right because they end up, seeking more help from me. Yeah.
So that means there's more money and you can save a lot of money if you are without a
Yes.
relationship. Menos gastos. Lalo
Menos
na
guys.
Valentine's Day.
Yes. And like that's why I love dating. I mean most men naman, they really treat the woman. So for me it's like, oh, it's a free meal. It's a free dinner meal. So I'm grateful for that already. So I save money by doing that as well. I save money because with my previous boyfriends, they live elsewhere, and I had to like travel a lot, and we would meet around the world. So right
Wow.
now, since I'm not with anyone, then I get to save more money and invest more money in other stuff. So yes, I think this is a wise thing, and be grateful that you don't need to spend so much.
Or maybe also we can take advantage of the time to plan our financial future also, right? In
Sure.
the
Yes,
saving.
for sure. Yeah. Like just this year I also got a new insurance policy because I didn't travel last year, then I was able to invest in that. Yeah, for this year.
Right. So number three, I
Mhm.
am going or I can go full throttle with my career. You can
Yeah.
focus, right?
super focused. I don't need to argue with anybody. Sorry. I don't need to ask permission, right? I don't need to feel like, oh my gosh, maybe he's, like inggit or
Neglected,
jealous
right?
or neglected, like with time as well. Am I spending time with this person? But also, there's a pros and cons to this, and I feel like, oh, because my career, I'm focusing on my career. That's why I actually don't have time to date. So it's
Oh,
last year I really felt that. That's why I
okay.
removed all of the apps because I was
Right.
like, "No, I'm really focusing on my career." But this year I also told my team like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try to date more. So I will have time for that. Like it's on my schedule.
So naka-factor sa daily schedule yung ano, dating.
Yes. Like, kunyari, oh, at night, no more sessions na. Because
Oh,
before, it was like from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So now,
wow.
it's like, oh, until 8 p.m. na lang. After that, I'm gonna go on my apps na. I'm gonna search for people to date.
What else can you advise for people so that they can balance their career and their dating?
Balance their career and dating, I guess, really set time for it. If you're going to, for the first timers, if you're going to download an app, then maybe set time for you to swipe left and right, actually, or chat with the people. Maybe an hour a day would be good already. So it's not so long naman. I think that's just a good amount of time to balance that. So yeah, I want to let you guys try it out.
Right. So number four, you say, I am content with myself and can attract a higher quality partner. How
Yes.
so?
Well, this is of course a work in progress, as with everybody else. The contentment is a work in progress, really. But when you are content by with yourself, you don't feel like, oh, I'm not complete, I need somebody else. Then I feel like sometimes when this happens, you're kind of settling, right? But when you are full, then you also want to have a full person with you, like
Right.
not much issues, not much baggage, like they're really doing well already. They have their values intact as well. So it's easier for you also to be together as a
Right.
couple. Yeah.
Right. It takes actually two self-actualized people to make a good
Yes,
relationship,
yeah,
right?
I love that term, self-actualize. And I know though, like we're always trying to self-actualize, but when we are both already like on that path, then it's just easier to meet eye to eye with that one,
Right.
instead of trying to make them actualize. Like I have no energy to to fix I mean, I already do this as a job, kind
Right.
of fixing people. So I really need like a man who would be man enough to be whole already, you know.
For those who don't know what self-actualized mean, maybe we can explain it and break it down. Like
Yes.
how do you know you're self-actualized? Like what if there's like a short checklist, what should we work on habang single tayo, right? Take advantage of the time to make ourselves whole and self-actualized.
Oo. Okay, well maybe to clarify or to be very clear with their purpose or with their why.
All right.
That's really important because if they're just treading life, um, not knowing what they really want, then that's difficult. So, kunyari, I mean, it could be as simple as, oh, I really want a home for my family and I want them to be safe and secure. I mean, that's like a why already. And when that is very clear, then together you can work on that, right?
Right.
So it's
Right.
let's clarity in purpose. So if you're not there yet, I would suggest that you really try your best to find out. And the usual question would be, how do I find out what my purpose is? You're gonna need to keep trying, actually. And then magically you're going to feel it in like your gut or in your heart, like, oh,
Right.
I think I'm really meant to do this. And then
Right.
keep creating it, creating your path towards your why. And when you're there, then I think that's a very good thing to have, or tool to
Right.
self actualize. So
What
clarity,
about
purpose.
right
Mm,
clarity? What about maturity? Like especially emotional maturity, right? Minsan yung um incompatibility stems from differences in maturity. So how
correct.
can we make ourselves realize our level of maturity?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking already, oh my gosh, the people who will be listening will think, oh my gosh, Kimmy has super high standards. Like, kailangan self-actualize, kailangan mature. So, well, with maturity, I think I would still go for the purpose first, and then the
Right.
maturity helps
It
for
will
sure.
follow.
It will
Okay.
follow. I think it will follow when you're doing your purpose already.
Right, right.
So maturity, in terms of maturity level, it will be developed. I don't think it's automatic. I think we
Right.
develop this.
Right.
Yes.
You can't just suddenly say, okay, I want to be more mature today. It will
Yeah,
just
yeah.
happen.
Although like some people, we say, di ba, para ay mature siya para sa age
Ah,
niya, mature
okay,
siya na
tama.
lalaki, ganyan. We do, right?
Right,
For those who aren't yet, then I'm very sure also that it can be developed, it can be learned.
right.
So, just in case you're not so mature yet, don't worry, matututunan mo.
Or how about issues like sinusuyod ko na lahat, no? Issues like insecurity. Let's say if you're always jealous in a relationship or you're always insecure,
Yeah,
what is the cause of that? Is it still related to our purpose or
you
other
know
things?
what? Yeah, that one naman, I would connect that to self-love.
Oh,
Right? Like when you don't love yourself, there's so much insecurity. Like you
right,
think you're not enough. That's why you're being jealous. You think you're
right,
not enough as like a girlfriend or as a wife, because you don't love yourself so much. You don't have like self confidence. I would say that would be like the cause of being insecure and jealous. So if you love yourself well enough, then those things wouldn't really bother you so much, unless it's really like awful how your partner is treating you. Of course,
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
right,
wor- there's a line there that isn't supposed to be crossed, right?
right,
But
right.
but overly jealous and overly insecure really stems from not being able to love yourself enough.
Right. And when we don't love ourselves enough, we also attract a lower quality partner, right? Just to in reference to your tip about a higher quality partner. What actually is a higher quality partner?
Yeah, so I guess that one, somebody who is very purposeful already with his actions, someone who loves himself as well very much, and is working on their maturity. So that
Right.
is a higher quality partner. Yeah.
Right. Right.
What
And
about you?
then
Do
number
you have,
5, sorry.
yeah. No, I was just gonna ask, like, what do you think would be a high quality partner?
I think somebody who has resolved their issues,
Mm-hmm.
or if they have dysfunctions in life, somebody who
Mm-hmm.
has already worked through them. I mean, kung may mga issue in life which
Mm-hmm.
stem from dysfunction or kung ano man sila, both of you, I think, need to work on it so that when you do get into a relationship, okay na kayo, di ba? Walang parang baggage weighing
Mhm.
down your relationship because of that problem or those issues. But they always say never be with a guy who has more problems than you. Do you agree with that?
I think so. Yes, I guess if that happens, then this is what they call toxic. Like it becomes
Yes,
very toxic, and we don't want that. We don't deserve that at all.
right,
Mhm.
right. So the next tip is I love this word. Did you coin this word by
Kind
yourself?
of. I'm gonna show you my physical book because people are like, "What? What did she say?" I said, "Masturdating."
Right.
Remember?
Clever. Yes, please
Yes.
tell us about your book.
So I master date as much as I want. And in this book, there are 29 challenges for you to actually date yourself. And whenever you do that, so this isn't just for single people, even for married ones, you can spend time with yourself. And I mentioned to you, right, like self love is super important. So even when you're married, you still can be jealous, right? So
Right.
when you learn to love yourself more, then you can also give more to your partner, and you don't need to be so jealous as well and insecure or intimidated. So, dating yourself, this is an intentional guidebook to celebrate your life. So, the samples are like here. You can like send a letter to your friends because we don't really send much letters nowadays. Having time with yourself, having a gratitude practice, watching the sunset, just really being with yourself and learning how to do that. Spending time with yourself as well. Doing nothing is another thing. Like I have a challenge here and I say just do nothing, um, just relax and slow down. So I have all of those things, and like I love taking long baths. I love napping, so I can do as much as I want, and I don't need anybody's approval. Um, Nobody can will stop me from doing it, so I'm absolutely free. That's why I'm very grateful that right now at this very moment that I am relationship free. And
Right.
yes, yeah.
Tell when did you write the book and tell us more about how you thought
Right.
of it.
Actually, my anniversary launch anniversary is in 3 days, so Feb 16. That
Oh,
was
congratulations.
2019, and I wrote the book way before 2019. So it's been, I think it's been like on my desk or in my computer for like 2 years already, but it was just waiting for that right moment to be launched. And it's a really nice story how I launched the book. I don't know if you're familiar with the play Every Brilliant Thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
did you get to watch it?
Yes, with Teresa Herrera. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought a show.
Oh,
Okay. So yeah,
wow.
I bought a show, and then I asked them if they could launch the book through the show. So there was a like a scene there where Teresa goes to the library and meets
Yes,
this
yes, yes,
guy,
yes.
right? And instead of another book that they would talk about, they grabbed the master dating book and talked about it a little. So that's how
Wow.
I launched the book, actually, through the
Amazing.
yes. And so I invited everybody that I knew who were supportive and supporting. And yeah, I just felt like that play was very significant for this book. It was like the perfect play for it. So I'm so happy that I was able to launch it that way. Not the typical, bookstore launch wherein I have the table,
Yes,
picture,
right.
picture. Like this is like super different, and I like doing things that way. I love collaborating with people.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of questions now about where they can get the book. So maybe you want to give
Ooh.
us
Oh my gosh.
information.
So the book, the physical book is sold out already. I just had 500 printed out, so that's gone. But you can get it on Amazon Kindle, the master. If you are a Kindle or an Amazon member, you can actually get it for free. But if
Cool.
not,
Free.
yes, yeah. So, but if not, it's like 14.99. And then if you get into one of my programs, the Wellbeing Boost program, you actually get an e-copy of the ebook. So you can
Wow.
download it. Yeah. So I give it away now to the clients, or the participants who enroll and register in my programs for
Right.
free.
For free.
Yes.
I'm flashing all your information at the bottom of the screen.
Yay.
Uh,
Yes.
and maybe you want to tell us about your programs.
Yes, I have several programs. Just last year, I launched the Wellbeing Boost program, and right now we have six other facilitators who actually, facilitate the 1 month program. And in this 1 month program, there are four themes. So it's intention, setting an intention, being grateful, being compassionate to yourself, and also being courageous. So I think this program is also very good for all of the single men and women out there,
Right.
because
Right.
if you'd like to set an intention to maybe start dating, you can do that. And if you want to be grateful for your single blessedness right now, then you can do that as well. And be compassionate to yourself, meaning really loving yourself as much as you can, and being courageous in downloading that app already and swiping
Everybody listening, download the dating
Yes,
app.
download already. And please join. We have a March batch coming up, and we actually have a sale.
Oh,
February
cool.
14 to 16, we have a sale for that. 500 off the original rate.
That's
So you
tomorrow.
should, yes, that's tomorrow. Watch out for that and register already. So that's the Wellbeing Boost program, and I have several other programs. Like I have a certification course if you want to learn also what I do, how to hold space for people. I also have like a mastermind. It's like a small group wherein we meet and we talk about their goals and how to deal with them. Plus, I have my nuance program this year, which is Quantum Leap. So that's a
Wow.
12-week program with me, one-on-one coaching and mentoring. So if you want to leap, do that quantum leap already in your life, then you can apply for it. So it's by application, because I'm very choosy, talaga naman, choosy, because I want people who get into that program be 200% ready, because it's a
Wow.
quantum leap, and they're going to need to work a lot in a span of 12 weeks only, and have numerous milestones and accomplishments within those 12 weeks. So that's the quantum leap. So those are like a few of my major programs available for anyone and everyone. I accept men and women, and I'm LGBTQ friendly for sure. So yeah, a lot of people just come and take the programs as well. Yeah.
Cool. I know on your website you have a lot of testimonials, but maybe for the benefit of the single people watching and hoping for their lives to change, tell us some success stories or some inspirational cuento about some of your clients.
Yes, well, I would get a lot of people like they're already in a relationship, and then all of a sudden they'll feel like, meh, I'm not feeling okay and all that, and then after some kind of healing and learning how to love themselves, in a few months they receive a proposal from
Oh,
their,
wow.
yeah, because they're learning how to take care of themselves. So the guy is like, "Oh my gosh, like baka iwanan na ako nito masyado." So I
Masyado
need to
na yung
seal
mahal
the,
yung sarili niya.
I need to seal the deal. But yes, so that helps a lot. There are also women who come and their goal is to get pregnant, And
Oh,
because they get to take care of themselves and then also heal their relationships, like with their parents or with anybody else, then in a few months and weeks also they give me testimonials of being pregnant already. So I believe that all of these things in our bodies can actually be healed through our mind, body, and spirit. So through healing. So I think that's very helpful.
wow.
So those are just
Wow.
a few, yeah, yes.
Wow.
So the first
Was there a was there a case where you had like a client where you thought parang hopeless, or you really didn't think the client would turn around or transform?
the thing is, like with me, I'm 100% always hopeful for
Oh, cool.
anybody who comes into like the HQ or to comes into a session. The I guess the challenge would be their own hope for themselves,
Oh, I see.
right? Like I will do everything in my power, everything that I know that could help I will teach. And then
Wow.
if they receive it very well and they actually do the exercise, the activity, they really like believe and trust, then it works like miraculously, magically in their lives. But those who are also like kind of hesitant, then that's their own hope for themselves, I believe. So for me, when you come to me, it's already happening. Like the miracle is already happening. The mere fact that you said yes, the mere fact you said you want to like have these sessions, then for me, it's already working. But the real work really would be them. So they are the guarantee of their
Right.
thing, their own miracle. Yeah.
Cool. You also always stress that life should be a celebration. And I guess this holds true, whatever your relationship status, right? You want
Yeah,
to talk more about that?
sure. Yes. You know how people, they always say, live as if it were your last day. I
Yes.
feel so stressed with that. Yung parang, huh?
Oh,
Last day? No, like last day ko na. Like I need to do everything. But, see if when you think of life as if it were your first day, like as if you're seeing the sky for the first time, you'll be so in awe, right? You'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm celebrating this. Like, oh my gosh, like my pen can actually write and I'm
oh,
doodling. So I'm celebrating this. I mean, imagine if you think of life that way, that it is as if it's the first time you're experiencing stuff, then you will celebrate everything. And that will also it goes back to like being grateful for everything in your life in the present moment. So I
right.
love celebrating life. And this is why, people ask me, do you like even get sad or do you even cry? Of course, I do. I'm very human that way. But I have these tools and I really try to like walk the talk. And I really like, I have a journal, a gratitude journal, and I practice all of like the mantras, I meditate and all that. I really try as much as I can as well, using all of the tools and techniques that I teach.
So is that why you, in your master dating book, you have exercises where you will watch the sunset
Hmm.
and also the sunrise? Is that right?
For now,
Or,
it's just
or
the
either? Choose
you can
one.
you can do the sunrise as well. I mean, for people who
Right,
are like morning people, then they
right, right,
can watch the sunrise. I'm just more of an afternoon person.
right.
I'll
And
just watch.
what will this do? What will this do for our soul or our gratitude?
Well, I say there in that specific exercise to be in awe of God's creation. And some people, I would see this like this is God's painting hour, like He's
Right.
painting, right? So just be there, be still, and breathe. Be grateful that you are experiencing and watching and noticing the sunset. So that will just give you more solace and tranquility in your day. And just for that brief moment, the sunset is really quick, actually. It's like 2 minutes.
Right, right.
But those 2 minutes, when you're just staring and you're in awe, you are celebrating that moment in your life. And imagine how that feels if you collect a lot of those moments, then your entire life will have compounding moments of celebrating it. And I believe in that, really.
Cool. So just to recapitulate our top
Yes.
five reasons to be thankful for
I like,
relationship.
how, where did you learn that word? I use that word too. Did
Which
you read it?
one?
Recapitulate. Or do you
Oh,
always use that?
it's from, I remember it from school, from the teachers.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You were
Yeah.
a teacher. Let's recapitulate.
So do a recap. Yes, I teach that because now I've been teaching that to everyone. Like, we need to
Cool.
recapitulate your day, your year. Your month. Yes, it's very
So number
important.
one, we should, if we are single, date as much as we want and don't be ashamed or afraid to try dating apps. Take advantage of technology and um,
Yes.
the thought that has gone into all the apps. Like now you have filters. Like I know Bumble is very woman friendly, right? It's the women
Yes.
who make the decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
So,
I think sometimes also women are kind of intimidated by that because they're not used to sending a message first. But I
right,
feel, I mean, I want all of the women out there to feel very empowered actually by that because that means you have the power to choose who you want to actually message, right? I
right.
think it's very empowering. Yeah.
Right. And even outside of the app, have you seen that you have practiced this in real life as well?
You know what? Yes. I think so. Like I mean if I before like I think I was still in high school then, and if I would see like a cute guy, then I'll actually like say hi to them
Oh,
or
wow.
make some kind of move to get noticed.
Right.
So yes, I'm not the I would always say I'm not like the typical Filipina who would
Right.
just sit by the corner and wait for someone. And I feel like this is actually like very intimidating for Filipino men. That's why I just don't date Filipino. So yeah.
I remember when I was single, people would say, well, I think men are intimidated by you. And I would always say, they are not the kind of men that I want.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I want a man who can handle this.
Number two, you are saving lots of money.
Yes, yeah. You save lots of money. You don't need to buy gifts for anyone. You don't need to surprise anyone. Surprises can cost money. You don't
Right,
need to travel here and
right,
there. So
right.
yes, yes to saving lots of money.
Especially during the pandemic, you save on makeup, clothes.
Totally. Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely.
Right. Number three, you can go full throttle with your career and focus on it without worry of neglecting someone or
Mhm.
arguing with someone. And you can really use the time to do this. Number four, you are content with yourself and can attract a higher quality partner.
Yes. I hope so. I hope so.
Right. And I think just to add to this, I remember that when I was single, the
Mhm.
quality of my friendships with people was of a higher quality. When you are part of a couple, you do form friendships, but it's not, I think, uh, as close and as meaningful as the friendships you do form when you're single. Do you
Mhm.
agree? Kasi parang if you're part of a couple, your attention is kind of divided, and
Right.
usually the friend becomes a friend of the couple rather than
Right.
on a one basis. And I've met a lot of my close and true friends during the time that I was single. So,
Yeah. So let's, I want to take advantage of this one. Yes, absolutely.
and number five, again, you're able to master date as much as you want. And the definition of master dating, as invented by Miss Kimi Lu, is, let us refresh their memory.
Just like celebrating your life, and having special moments that you can really cherish and will make you feel very full as you're like in whether you're single or with your when you have a partner or when you have already when you're married, so you still need to be full, right?
Right. Please invite them to your existing programs or your ongoing programs, especially for the sale, the ongoing sale that starts tomorrow.
Yes. Right. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Miss Mears, for
Thank you also.
today. And I hope we shed light on people who need to be or learn to be happily single. And I want to invite everyone to follow me on Instagram, Kimi Lu Life Coach. And there are several programs available for you. Depends on what you need. If you like a group program, you can do the Wellbeing Boost program. If you want like a smaller group, then there's a mastermind for you. And if you want one-on-one programs, we have that available for you as well. So please remember to just keep celebrating life, and remember also that you are at the right place at the right time with the right people, with whether you're in a relationship or not. There you go.
Great. Thank you so much. And happy Valentine.
Yes, happy Valentine's for to everybody,
And
and
happy
keep
Chinese New Year.
yes, keep the love flowing through you and all over you.
Right. Thank you so much, Kimmy.
Thank you. That was a
Really
lovely, lovely
appreciate your being here.
answer. Thanks as well. And hope to see you in our neighborhood soon.
Yes. All right. Bye,
Okay.
Kimmy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.